between them and Tribe.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Bobby Tooney and OG certainly had to pull out all the stops, all 5 games.
We didn't see Zandy because he was banned, but we'll have to see. Look at our brawlers coming out. Okay, what on earth is this coming out from IX Gaming? No tanks whatsoever. They're going for full control this time. They're bringing out the spike, but unfortunately, the response from STMN is the Colonel Ruffs. It looks like actually OG was looking to counter the spike with the sandbags, but it did not work out so well. Chepo there break down all those sandbags in one fell swoop. The level 1 siege bot going to IX Gaming to get the first bit of damage on STMN's safe. We need to see the defense coming out from STMN, and is it going to be enough? Actually looks like IX is going to go for control at mid instead of damage on the Ike. And the Ike actually did take a substantial amount of damage, 25% to be exact. Maybe going in would have been a good idea, but it does look that IX has taken a good opportunity to have complete lockdown control over mid.
Hindsight's 2020. I like the call from IX to stay looking for, because the right call, in my opinion, is to have that first bot just kind of waddle on in and use it to get mid control. In retrospect, yeah, IX could have gone in there and maybe even won it in one shot, but you can't know that for sure. And better safe than sorry, I think. Right now, this secondary time, IX thinking about inching up, good pull real quick, and OG's gonna get a kill on the left-hand side. CryingMan able to sneak on down, though. The bot's still alive, and STMN's box hanging on. Scratch that. IX take it with the second bot.
More similar to what they were running, but instead IX comes out of left field with the spike. Take a look at the stats between these teams. Bobby with a single kill there and a couple of deaths to his name. CryingMan with a couple kills, 3 bolts.
Big bang boom, and I mean they won it like that. I don't know if it's going to work twice in a row though, and you can see CryingMan immediately go into the BB. That change is big. There's a little pull there, and like that is a nice look. But
yeah,
y'all mentioned it before. Frank's on the field, baby.
The big man, caveman Frank. He's coming out swinging that hammer. Yeah, hey, I think I do a pretty good Frank impression. But I mean, this is the one push comp coming out from STMN. Looks like they might actually just try to get a higher powered bot, or perhaps get a couple of kills here to move in on the second bot. Because really, the strat here is get OG a super, get the super on the Ike, and then get the dub. That is the strategy, though OG is faced up against Chepo here on the Gene. That is a counter, the stun from long range to knock down Frank. It's not going to be too easy to deal with, and look at all these bolts going to IX Gaming, and they've gained so much momentum. In fact, no, it actually looks like STMN, wow, it came so close. I thought it would tie. I thought it would tie. Regardless, STMN gonna have to pull out this defense. Now, OG perhaps a little bit hesitant to use his super. He worked so hard for it, and yet he's not going to use it. It doesn't look like OG is saving this one for the final push. Yeah, now STMN, they just need to get enough bolts to get in on this final push and get that super on the save.
42% here for STMN, and they have 0 damage done themselves. OG tosses the super out. All right. Tooney gets the kill on one side. And 8 bolts. STMN being, this is that other style. This is what we're more used to in Siege. A little bit more meticulous, a little bit more attention to detail with respect to the individual bolt counts. Level 11 Siege bot now. Running down, CryingMan doing what he can to keep it outside of the arc, but not going to happen. OG walking up, this is what you mentioned. Big hits coming out from Frank. Bobby deals with Chepo on the right-hand side. 40% and counting. Siegebot's going to die. Match over. STMN bring us to game 3.
Saving it, that super was completely worth it. It definitely paid off. A good strat, and IX is going to have to counter this in game number 3. Like, and being even remotely certain of it is such a huge leg up on the enemy. Take a look at our comps coming out. Similar stuff from IX Gaming and similar stuff from the STMN as well. This time they're bringing out OG on that Barley rather than the big man Frank. And Oof, actually, Poco getting taken down quite early. First siege is going to go to IX Gaming by the looks of things. Actually, a tie. So an opportunity actually for STMN to push back into mid because IX Gaming, they don't get this free control from the first siege.
IX had mid control when that was tied. They could have gotten a bolt. Did they choose to tie? I feel like they would have taken the 1 bolt bot just to like get mid control like we saw them last time, but it almost looked like they chose to kind of leave that there. And that has me scratching my head a little bit.
I'm scratching my head too. Ooh, a massive pull
Nice
there
pull.
from Chepo. That is such an instrumental pick there. Just being able to eliminate the barley is massive. That's really the main use of Gene that we see typically. We've seen Gene in some other contexts as well, but just in IX's comp, that is the main use of Gene, is to pull that thrower out of position. We might see it again. Yeah. Chepo getting ready with that pull. You saw that circle come up. Chepo now with that big pick right there, gonna push STMN all the way back to their Ike. We do see STMN going for this defense here. This is gonna be second, getting in with a nice super. If they don't take down this Ike now, they're gonna back up. Wow! And just, it's just like dominoes, one falling right after the other. That Ike went down so fast. That is gonna be set number 1 going to IX, and that's gonna take us into set number 2. Definitely expect the Sprout coming out, right? Could probably see the Byron because Byron was not banned out. No Byron, actually. It's the it is the Poco and the Mortis, and this is the key to taking down IX right here, because we actually have seen STMN come out with the counter comp, though. Toonie got very aggressive there on the Poco. We saw that aggro Poco work out for Bobby in the quarterfinals, but this is in the quarterfinals, man. You're up against IX. Bobby looking for that super. Tried to get a massive super there, but was not able to quite pull it off with the absence of the Toonie on that Poco. That's the thing with Mort, is Mort, you can't run unless you have Poco. Bobby trying to get, actually managed to get CryingMan there. Chepo with the revenge kill. Equalizing out these percentages, though. IX versus Stamina. Who's it gonna be? Second is able to create a large amount of control with that hedge. Now CryingMan plopping down that turret for the tank counter. IX Gaming, they have the upper hand here, but yeah, it just exactly what was going to happen. The expectation on Bobby rushing in. That's how Bobby plays Mort. Gets a coiled snake up, and then he just goes for some damage. He's going to have to go in now that the turret's down. Not going to be able to get.
It's a good play.
Actually, he might get the kill on second.
This is a good
the
play,
kill
though.
on second. No goal
even if he doesn't get the kill there, he's creating space, which is super important. Chepo's able to make the turnaround. And all that space created, the teammates were unable to make use of because Toonie and OG lost the 2v2 on the bottom side. Rough stuff for STMN, and ultimately that play looks like it might be enough to lose the game, despite the fact that Bobby shows up in the last minute, collects a bunch of kills, but IX do the work beforehand and take game 1. And obviously, IX wind up making it work out. So we'll jump in here into game number 2. IX going to keep up with the Sprout. They're going to bring in the 8-bit this time around. And Bobby's on the Piper. Toonie's on the Colt. I like this a lot better. Just long-range Slayers.
Yep, this is one that we've seen on Dueling Beetles just over the course of the last couple months. We've seen it emerge a bunch. It is the get these walls out of my face comp. It is the strat where you just have Silver Bullet, get rid of the walls, get rid of the prevalence of throwers, and pull out some sharpshooters. It's exactly what STMN is doing here, but last time, wow, seconds. Unbelievable. Well, IX, they're still keeping control. The hedge is going to deny Bobby this lane. A good support there. Second, able to assist CryingMan in getting that kill. And IX Gaming, they pretty much set up shot. They have built a cabin, and they are just living on this point. Yeah,
they are. They're chilling in their cabin in the woods. I like that Sprout play. Not only did Second cut off that lane, which is the standard Sprout play, but he made sure to do so after Bobby had inched up. Not only did he cut off the lane, but if Bobby somehow got out of it, he couldn't because there was a wall behind him. So obviously Bobby inevitably died. That extra kill gives his team a little bit more space. And IX largely controlling this one shy of 70% here. And very clean. This is the, honestly, biggest moment where they have, or the moment where they have the least amount of control, and they're still generally controlling the midfield. Here they're going to push up ready, and it looks like that might be all the hero.
Yep, I think so too. It looks like the strat here that STMN was going for, they were expecting to get more supers off, but the thing is, Bobby, he's not able to really get in position with the heart bombs. He's not able to blow up those walls. Unfortunate for STMN as they're taken down in set number 2.
They lost it in P's and B's. Losing it in the band stage is rough, absolutely, but that's a part of the game. And so I look at STMN to be innovative and sort of lead the meta in certain aspects, but at the same time, I think they spend too much time, or they might spend too much time looking at their side and need to anticipate what the opponent does a little bit more, like you said. And here, this time around, I mean, this is just a classic sort of gem grab comp, and I have no beef with that. Oh, the mind card gets a kill, and we love to see it.
Second, that was disrespectful by Second, and it's not one that I've seen yet before. Use the wall to block them from retreating so they get smashed by the minecart. That definitely is like a pain down to the core for OG, but they can't afford to dwell on it for that long because they are on a bit of a downward spiral as team, and they got to come back here. And the thing is, though, they have Colonel Ruffs to power up Bobby. But for what? If Bobby cannot break up these walls, which fortunately he does. Very nice play there by Bobby to break up the walls. Wow, a nice kill there as well. But the thing is, Bobby's still getting countered here by Second on this Sprout. Being able to put up those walls all the time, it's such a large blow for Bobby. Though, STMN, they are bouncing it back. They are able to just barely come up on this gem count. It is equal now. Unfortunately, the minecart is going to come in at just the wrong time to give IX Gaming the 7th and the 8th gems. But Bobby is in a tough situation here. This is a close one.
It really is. IX have mid-control. They're one away from the countdown. STMN are in far, though, and a single kill can kind of change things around here. Obviously, they got to find Second. Great gem prioritization coming out from IX. All 10 are on the Sprout character, and ain't nobody near the Sprout character. Second and CryingMan combined for a kill.
No.
19 gems. No way, shape, or form is SMNT coming back into this one.
The spin! The spin from Sprout.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. You know, I brought the rock, paper, scissors kind of commentary in here, and I don't want to, like, minimize how difficult the composition game is.
Oh, sure.
We see Tooney here going a nice little, gee, I wonder where you got that idea from. But the idea here, STMN are finally adapting. There is a balance. How much solitaire do you play? How much attention do you pay to the other side of the table? And they who balances that equation the best usually win the big one. And STMN have paid a lot of attention to their side. And like you said, I've gotten counterpicked every single go. I like this adaptation. I hope it's enough for STMN, because I would love this finals to get stretched out.
Oh yeah, and just take a look at the comp that we see from IX Gaming. They are running the Byron and 8-bit, and like I said earlier, healing boost from Byron on 8-bit. Doesn't look like they're staying near the booster too much. They will, I suppose, if they need to. And the assist on CryingMan. Chepo getting that power on CryingMan. That's going to be a massive boost for him. Going to be so tough, actually, for STMN to push in. Bobby already getting stuck at this choke point. Chepo might actually get taken down on a very aggressive position that he's taken. Now we see Second and CryingMan backing up to the bunker. Look at how powerful CryingMan is
Big
now
play.
with 8k health. Bobby is finally up here at mid, but he can just be out-tanked by CryingMan. Second also looking for the position. This is the comeback, actually, for STMN.
This is the first time we've seen STMN with mid-control at all. That said, they're still trailing. One more for IX, that'll bring him to a countdown. Bobby about half HP. Tooney losing here on the right-hand side. CryingMan just walking forward. And red team are able to confirm the countdown. Second on the run. CryingMan is the one with all of the coins, and a kill prevented CryingMan from going down. 8 seconds. CryingMan still standing here. Bobby and OG turn, but they will not burn. They must learn, because IX Gaming take this one. And just like that, bang. IX Gaming.
Thought it was gonna go to S-Team in there. It looked so good, but congratulations to IX Gaming. You're in a monthly final champions. Gaming is in the 4th dimension. They're just that far ahead. Though S-Team in, they are on the come up. We will see them next month.